Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com. Good morning. Welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, August the 19th. I want to introduce you to Carolyn Amparan. And Carolyn is here to talk about climate change. And you were telling me something, Carolyn, right before we came on, that only about 9% of the population do not believe that we have climate change?
Right. In the United States, survey shows that the number of people that, just refuse to accept climate change or that humans are causing it is down to about 9%. But they are a very vocal
Yes,
minority.
I would have thought it was much, much higher because you hear a lot of talk of people going on about the fakeness of climate change.
Right. But those people are just desperate to try and keep their view or their ideology, and so that's one reason I think they're so vocal. Whereas the rest of us who have accepted that, yes, our climate is changing, I mean, geez, it's obvious, especially after this summer.
My goodness, yes. I mean, you look around and you see the effects that are happening not only in this country, but around the world.
Right.
We have the heat.
Right.
The heat that has taken over in places like when you several months ago in Britain.
Right.
They don't
they're
have
still having it in Europe right now. And we had our first heat wave right here in Columbia in May, which is very unusual. And we've had, 3 or 4 this year. And in Texas, they've had like 60 days over 100 degrees this summer. So, everything that the scientists told us a number of years ago, when I first started giving presentations on this in about 2014, and I was talking about how all these things were going to happen based on the scientific models, and now they're all happening. We're having the droughts alternating with extreme precipitation like we just had in St. Louis that caused the major flooding. And, and now it used to be when St. Louis flooded, it was more because heavy rains up north or the, big snowfall or something, and they had time to prepare with sandbagging. Mm-hmm. But now when it's just a heavy downpour, over a period of a day or two, there's no time to prepare for that. You don't know it's coming. So
we were talking and you said there are things that we can do without making a big sacrifice. So many of us are concerned about it, but then when it gets right down to it, you say, well, I don't know if I want to give up that much. If we don't give up something, we're not going to have anything in the future.
Well, and I think that we need to look at it as more as transforming instead of giving up. So, for example, in our own homes, we can transform our home from being based on some things natural gas based, like our stove or our water heater or our heating system, to being electric based. And so those are the kind of things that we need to start making those transformations, or moving from a gas-powered car to an electric car. And then simultaneously, of course, to make that do what we need to do, we have to be transforming our power grids from being based on fossil fuels to being based on electricity.
And that's another problem right there, is the power grid itself. Are we really prepared to supply as much electricity that we're going to need if we make the transformation from fossil fuels to electricity?
Right, and simultaneously, in addition to potentially increase because of electrification, we have the increase because of these heat waves that we're experiencing. So it is important that, and of course, the people that run the electrical grid are, they're aware of all those things, and a lot of money is being invested into the electric grid. The bipartisan infrastructure bill at the federal level is investing a huge amount in modernizing and expanding the electric grid. And then if this bill that the Senate just passed, passes the House and gets signed by the President, the Inflation Reduction Act, that will also drive a lot of investment in things that will help the grid, like distributed solar and also battery storage or other types of storage. Those are all big investment areas of that new legislation that looks like it's going to pass. And
as far as solar energy, I believe that new legislation has a pretty good tax credit in it for people who want to add rooftop solar panels to their house.
Right. So it's extending the production tax credit, which is something that we've had, but it keeps, expiring on us. So it extends that. There's also going to be a lot of rebates or tax credits. I'm not sure which one applies to which thing, but for people who want to get new HVAC systems that are more efficient and electric, new heat pumps, other, energy efficiency and weatherization improvements to homes.
Right.
There's all kinds of things in this new bill that are going to help fund that transformation.
How much do you actually know about solar energy, rooftop solar energy?
Well, I have it on my own house, so I know some.
Let me ask you a question. Does your house have to be facing in a north-south direction to be efficient with solar energy, rooftop, or can you have solar panels facing east or west?
Well, if it's right now with solar if the panel doesn't move, then your maximum exposure is going to be if it's south. But the city actually is encouraging some people to, do it so that they're southeast or southwest, so that you get more range of the day where you're getting the sunlight on your solar panels. And then depending on, some of the big utilities now, they're putting in solar panels that track with the sun. I'm not sure if you can do that on a normal house rooftop, but certainly in utility scale solar or maybe a big commercial, like a huge Walmart-sized building, you could put, solar panels on it that tracked with the sun. So.
Now, you're talking about a pretty big investment when you do solar panels, but with this new bill, there's a good tax credit with it, and then over the long run, you're going to pay. It's going to pay for itself.
Right, and most utilities also offer some type of rebate. Like here, Columbia Water and Light offers a rebate as well as low interest loans if you're investing in solar. So there's going to be a lot of different things that people can do.
Or you can sell your energy back on the grid
if you
when you're not using
more than you use. You sell it back to the utility for a credit, and then, for example, I rarely pay a utility bill other than the base fee in November and December because I've got a credit from all the energy that I generated in the summer. So,
if people want more information about this, what can they do?
Well, I suggest that they look at their utility websites first and foremost to understand what incentives and rebates that they can get, and that and then also, stay tuned for, the things that are going to be coming out of this new Inflation Reduction Act. I mean, there's going to be vehicle tax credits, so we'll all need to be looking closely at the new tax forms.
But you can go to facebook.com/Sierra Club Mo Group.
Mo Group. We've changed our name. Yeah.
Okay.
Mid-Mo Group.
Facebook.com/Sierra Club Mid-Mo Group.
Right.
Mid-Mo Group, and that'll get you the information you need.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Carolyn, for coming out here today.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.
Out of time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.